Hello all, welcome to Engineering World. So in this video we are going to discuss about SLA management in cloud computing. But before watching my video, if you like my video, please subscribe to my channel and share with your friends. As many of you watching without subscribing to my channel, firstly do subscribe and then watch it. Now let's go into the video. SLA management in cloud computing. So SLA stands for Service Level Agreement in Cloud Computing. So the name itself is indicating a service level agreement. It means the services are provided by level. So that is nothing but SLA. So it is between the cloud service provider and also client. Whenever the client will request to the cloud service provider will provide some services to the client based on the client requirements. And in the previous, it is between the client and service consumer. But now it is between the cloud service provider and also client. Now this service level agreements are defined at different levels. So we are having a different levels like customer based SLA, service based SLA, and also multi-level SLA. So this is SLA in cloud computing. Now let's see the parameters which are included in the service level agreements. The first parameter is availability of the service. It means what? Whenever the client requires any service, there will be a proper, or else we can say high availability of the services. Coming to the latency of response time, it means the response time is also very fast. And service component reliability, it provides more reliable. And coming to the each party accountability, it means it provides more accountancy, and also we are having a warranties. So this is service level agreements which specify some parameters. Coming to the two major service level agreements, one is of Windows Azure SLA and SQL Azure SLA. In the both we are having a common, like database is common and also client is common. Firstly, Windows Azure SLA. Windows Azure SLA is nothing but as it has different SLAs for storage purpose. So whenever there will be a storage, not only particularly we are having SLA, we are having more number of SLAs in the Windows Azure because of its storage. And also there will be a guarantee that whenever the client will deploy like 2 or more role instances in separate fault, then client's internet facing role will have external connectivity, like the client is having an external connectivity with a minimum of 99.95% of the time. So that is Windows Azure SLA. And coming to the Azure SLA, structured query language, it is having a connection between the database and also uh, we are having a 99.9% monthly availability. In this, the time is always measured in intervals. So this is a two major service level agreements in SLA. One is of Windows and one is of SQL. Let's see the SLA life cycle. So we are having a mainly 6 steps in the SLA life cycle, service level agreements. First is discover the service provider. In this, the first step in this, you have to identify the service provider. It means what? Like, it has a capability to provide the services or not. Whenever you're identifying the service, that service provider has to provide the services which are required to the client. So it can be done through a research, or else requesting the proposals, or reaching out to the vendors. So this is discover the service provider. In this, we are going to identify the service provider like that can meet the needs of the organization. Coming to the defined SLA, this is of step 2. In this, service level requirements are already defined, right? And in this, there will be also it includes objectives, matrices, and also targets that can be used to measure the performance of the service level agreement. Just we are going to define, and that way is going to include matrices, objectives. Coming to the step 3, that is establish agreement. Establish agreement is nothing but there will be an agreement between the service provider and also organization, and that agreement includes some conditions and also terms, outlining the terms and conditions of the service. So these all are included between the service provider and also organization. Coming to the monitor SLA violation. So Monitor SLA violation is nothing but as we are going to monitor the service level objectives to ensure that service provider is meeting their commitments. Okay, if any violations are identified, they should be reported and that can be addressed in a timely manner. So monitor the service level agreement violation. Coming to the terminate SLA. So if the service provider is unable to meet the service level objectives, like if the organization is not satisfied by the services which are provided by the service provider, then what we are going to do, we are going to end the service level agreements. We are going to terminate it. Okay, and this is a fifth step. Coming to the sixth step, enforce penalties for SLA violation. So if the service provider is found to be in a violation of the SLA, then penalties can be imposed as outlined in the agreement. So these penalties can include like financial penalties or also reduced service level objectives, or it can be termination of the agreement. So this is a sixth step. So these are the five steps which are included. First is discover the service provider. You have to define service level agreements, and then will be agreement, and you have to monitor, and you have to terminate, and again you have to enforce the penalties for the SLA violation. And also we are having an advantages of the SLA. First is it can increase the accountability, and the second thing, improving the communication. So these are the main advantages of the SLA. Coming to the disadvantages, it provides a complexity, and also it is having only a limited service options. Like if the client requires more number of services, it may not provide all the services, only it has a limited services. So that is the biggest disadvantage of service level agreements. So in this video we discussed about service level management in cloud computing, service level agreement definition, and we also discussed about the parameters and two major service level agreements like Windows and also SQL and SLA Life Cycle. So thank you for watching my video, and we'll meet in the next video with a different topic. Bye.